We are live here in San Jose with Lisa Su, the CEO of AMD. It's been an incredibly busy day for you, but there's a lot of emphasis on the importance of MI300X, your latest AI accelerator. The technological difference vis-a-vis the H100, Nvidia's, is HBM3, high bandwidth memory. But what advantage does that give you in the immediate term against what is a clear market incumbent in the space?
Yeah, well, first of all, it's great to be here. Thank you guys for being on site and spending so much time with us today. It's been a big day for AMD. We're so excited about, first, the opportunity in AI is just absolutely exploding. And then we're talking today about the launch of our MI300X, which is our, let's call it the leading edge data center AI accelerator. And we were here with a lot of our partners as well. So, your comment about, what's special about MI300X. I mean, the truth is, we've all experienced over the last, 12 months this incredible revolution, right? ChatGPT has really changed the way we think about what tech can do, and the underlying capability of that is GPUs, and very capable GPUs. We made some very good decisions, a few years ago about how to put together this technology, and that includes both being very good for training, so training large models, but also very good for answering questions or inference. So when you ask ChatGPT a question, it takes sometimes a little bit of time for it to respond to an answer.
Some latency.
There's some latency there, and we've found really a great technological solution by adding lots of high bandwidth memory or memory capacity.
Which Nvidia will not have until H200 second quarter of next year.
That is correct. We are industry leaning, so best in class in terms of inference performance. And
what is the side-by-side, Lisa, on training and performance, MI300X versus H100?
Yeah, so if you look at, and we showed some of the benchmarks earlier today, if you look at training performance, we're very competitive. Let's call it, it's a toss-up. When you look at inference performance, we're 1.4 to 1.6 times better. And what that means is, if you're running these models, you can actually run more models, or you can run larger models, with MI300. And right now, the key to AI is GPU compute. I mean, that is absolutely what everybody says, and so we're here to provide lots of GPU compute.
You've had the confidence to dramatically alter your forecast for this market for AI accelerators. You're saying a total addressable market of $400 billion US in 2027. In August, just in August, you said it was 150 billion. What has changed?
Yeah, and really the way we look at these things is we usually look at these things on an annual basis. And so, when we were doing our plan for 2023 and beyond last year, we thought that this year there would be about a $30 billion market, and it would grow 50% compound annual growth rate, so be about 150 billion in 2027. Which frankly was very large. But what's changed is we can all see what's changed, right? People need more compute. They're installing more. The numbers for this year are probably closer to 45 billion. And when we talk to customers, when I spend time with our partners, and what they tell us is the technology requires more compute. And so we now believe the total market for this, it's upwards of 400 billion in 2027. It's huge. There's no one size fits all. There are going to be multiple solutions. There are lots of good solutions out there today, but we believe the AMD capability is very significant, and so we're excited about it.
It was interesting to see on stage how MI300X manifests itself in the real world, but you'd already guided us that it will likely be the quickest AMD product to $1 billion. There were sections of the market in the street that said your forecast of $2 billion of sales for MI300X in 24 was conservative. If you're saying that the total addressable market by 2027 is now 400 billion, then is that 2 billion forecast for next year specifically for MI300X conservative, as the market thinks it is?
Well, I think you have to take a step back and just look at how this technology is evolving. So, we did update in our last, conference call to an expectation of about 2 billion in 2024 for our data center GPUs. It's a very early estimate. I would say, we have clear line of sight to that. But, what people ask me is, there's much more customer demand, definitely. definitely. And there's also significantly more supply because we've had to prepare the supply chain so that we're ready to ramp. So we'll update as we go along. We are definitely on this path to ramp MI300 the fastest as anything's ever ramped at AMD. And I view this as a multi-year opportunity for us.
A reminder to our Bloomberg television and radio audience worldwide, we're live with Lisa Su, the AMD CEO here in San Jose. I mean, supply is a key question because when you say about $2 billion, about could mean less or more than $2 billion. But what is the state of supply right now? Has it improved such that actually you could exceed your expectations because you have visibility on a greater volume of GPUs to hand over to customers?
Yeah, for sure. When we plan for success. And so our planning has the capability to be significantly higher than 2 billion. We have customer demand, sort of lots and lots of interest for MI300. And I think the key for us is one step at a time, right? Today was a huge day in terms of the launch. We're actively in deployment with a number of the customers and partners, Microsoft on stage, Oracle, Meta, our OEM partners, Dell, Lenovo, Supermicro. Everyone is really doing just phenomenal. HPE on the MI300A side. So a great set of partners and great partnerships for us to ramp as fast as possible.
What's happening right now is you have AMD coming to the cutting edge with MI300X by adding HBM3. Nvidia has the H100, H200's coming, they have Grace Hopper Superchip, and at the same time, the hyperscalers are really aggressively investing in their own silicon. How does that work in practice? If you're trying to say, I've got the cutting edge in AI accelerators, and the hyperscalers saying, I also have the cutting edge in AI accelerators, are you competitors? Are you collaborators? Which is it?
I think we are first and foremost collaborators. I mean, what we see that's really happening is everybody realizes the foundation is the silicon compute. So of course people are going to invest in silicon. Now from my standpoint, compute is hard, and it's especially hard if you're trying to address the bleeding edge. So our expectation is there will be solutions, there will be some proprietary solutions, there will be a lot of GPUs. In my $400 billion TAM, I would say it's predominantly GPUs, and we work in collaboration. So there will be multiple solutions, but for the largest language models, for the most complex workloads, we believe that we're extremely well positioned.
Actually, a question from our Bloomberg Technology audience globally when I said that you were coming on the show is, take that TAM for 2027, 400 billion, but tell us how much of it is driven by inference and how much is driven by training, because there's a chance that a lot of the training is complete by then.
Yeah, by the way, I don't think the training will be complete by then, because I think there will be a desire to continue to get better. If you think about, what we're really looking for is, how does AI really become, as sophisticated, as capable as humans? There's still a lot that we can do. But that being the case, we do view that the inference market will even grow faster. There will be even more queries, and so, if I look at 2027, I think more than half the market will be inference.
More than half inference.
Yes.
Where is it right now?
It's predominantly training right now as people are training.
And I mean in the context specifically of demand for MI300X.
Yeah, so if I think about the market today, there's a lot of training. I think if you think about MI300X and what we see in 2024, it's a good balance between training and inference, but certainly on inference, we just have killer performance. So
a lot of the chatter that I hear in the Valley is no matter how good the GPUs are, in some places the software that comes with it and manages it is not that good. And one of the questions put to me for you is how much are you going to invest in software, and how good do you think you are at software? Yeah,
look, we've spent a significant amount of resources, both organically and inorganically. We just acquired a couple of companies to augment our software resource standpoint. We think we're very well positioned. Today we announced our next generation ROCm 6, which is really designed for Gen AI workloads. I know it's a little bit of a detail. What customers are telling us us is MI300 is actually really easy to use. We've gotten sort of the heavy lifting done. We've really focused on these higher level frameworks. So, people really like actually building models and building their applications in PyTorch. And, PyTorch is an open ecosystem. It works very, very well with AMD. And so these are, some of many steps. We announced this morning that OpenAI Triton is also, optimizing with AMD on their next revision.
Yes.
So we're making a lot of progress. And for sure, I think on the software side, we're absolutely ready.
Lisa, even in the short time I've been in Silicon Valley, 6 years, people have said AMD won't do it. They won't enter the market. Intel will beat them on PC. In the context of AI, will you beat Nvidia or will you be competitive?
What I'd like to say is we are very, very focused on our roadmap, Ed. I have to say, this is about what do we believe is important for the market and how are we shooting for where the market is going. So yeah, I think we're going to do great in AI. I mean, I think AI is our #1 priority. Hopefully that was clear today. We've pivoted the company to really focus on AI. I think there are going to be multiple winners in AI, and as kind of important as the cloud is, we think enterprise is really important. We think HPC is very important. We think PCs are very important. And this is kind of the next big wave in tech.
AMD CEO Lisa Su, thank you. This is Bloomberg.